Welcome to the Liminal Open Codex. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Liminal Codex. Today we are going to be stepping into the Liminal and we are going to be taking a look at something that is rather... Ooh, wow, okay. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, is what I'm seeing in the glass already. We're going to be taking a look at your shadow. Ooh, damn. I haven't seen this formation yet. I mean, I have, but it's been a while. Okay. There's a lot of dense, dark, energy that some of you are experiencing right now. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be, oh wow, it could be the collective in general. We are waking up as Neptune is getting closer and closer to Aries, where the collective is having an awakening. We are no longer individual signs. We are, but we have a duty to the collective. There is anger, there is rage, there is darkness, there is a shadow that continues to loom over some of us. Some of us were unable to shake that. Okay, I'm going to get pretty deep here in this reading. If you know that this is not for you, and you're not interested in shadow work, then by all means, check out one of the other readings here on the channel. But this is for those of you who are really feeling like you're unable to move forward. You're unable to break apart, okay, the pieces of something. You're not able to disassemble something. There's a very trapped kind of feeling here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look, ladies, if you would please, into what the archetype is of the shadow. Okay, and we go into archetypes in my book as well, Jungian, sorry, my husband's gonna, Jungian shadow types, or archetypes of the shadow. The muse. Okay, we have two, the muse and the poet. I mean, automatically right now, I'm getting an inability to express oneself. You have a... yeah. I mean, just by the cards itself. The muse is about having an inspiration. Whenever I write, I always receive these messages from someplace other than myself. The muse. Okay, some people have termed it that for centuries. You are my muse, or my muse. The poet, relationships and vulnerability. I feel like just going off of these cards, what I'm seeing is an inability to express oneself. Why is that? Okay. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot. And I think for this, I'm going to use the... should I use the Veiled Tarot? Yeah, let's go with the Veiled Tarot. Again, any of the tarot decks that you see here used on the channel are available through Etsy. The link is in the description box down below. This is a very unique deck because it can be used with reversals because it's exactly the same on the back. Yeah. Some have a dark, witchy, kind of gothic vibe to them. Some of them are nice and light and pretty. Okay, so what is it that the shadow is trying to illuminate for us? The Nine of Swords. You're afraid of expressing yourself. Okay. Okay. How can we leave this shadow behind? How can we leave this shadow behind? How can we leave this shadow behind? The Queen of Wands, by nurturing your own creativity. I'm telling you, there is something here that you're wanting to create, write, express in a way. The Muse and the Poet. Okay. What is in the subconscious? What is our subconscious fear that is lingering here? The Three of Cups. I mean, the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups. For some of you, it's connections in general. Okay? We'll see why in a minute, because I am going to clarify. What are we moving toward? The Seven of Wands. Ooh, wow. Okay, all right. Back up just a minute. Okay. The Three of Cups can be overindulgent. Some of you may be saying, it's time for me to start nurturing the possibility of ditching a bad habit. All right? But you're scared of what that means. Hey, I get it. 6 years sober here. 7 years sober. Gosh, time is flying by. I feel like what's ahead of you is setting strong boundaries with people around you who maybe you don't want to associate with anymore. This is a very specific message, and I had this. It's so hard for you to break apart. That there's that breaking apart. I need to break with this. I need to. Okay, for a select few of you, you were thinking, and I did this as well. You know, Hemingway always said, "Write drunk, edit sober." I thought that was great advice. And it's not. Maybe for him it was. Debate me on that in the comments. But for me, it was not something that worked out well for me. I can understand the fear and the trepidation here with the Nine of Swords. But there's something here that you do want to nurture. And it requires you to... It feels like give up something here in order to set healthy boundaries with yourself, with others. Draw healthy boundaries. Okay, what is this Nine of Swords? Why this fear? Why this fear? What is going on with the fear? The Seven of Pentacles. I'm scared of investing in this. Oh man, yeah, it is. It is very, very scary. Okay, all right. I'm taking this from a personal perspective. Let me take myself out of this. Whatever it is that you're wanting to invest in, whatever this is, there's an element of fear attached to it. Possibly, will I receive a return on my investment? Is this something that if I spend a lot of time, effort, and energy on Pentacles, time, effort, and energy, am I going to see a return on that investment? The Queen of Wands, it could very well be something that is of a creative nature, right? The Queen of Wands nurtures creativity, passion. The Queen of Swords, yeah, you're trying to get a really good idea of what this is. Is this actionable? What steps do I need to take next? The Three of Cups. In the subconscious fears, the Three of Cups. Oh, the Six of Cups. Ooh, okay. Some of you do not want to... Okay. I want one more card on this. I want one more card. Temperance. In your subconscious fears... Ooh, man. It's like finding a way to alchemize the past. I had good times in the past with whatever this is. But it's time for me to move on now. It's time for me to... Again, I'm feeling this kind of transitional energy, but it's a lot different than the other energies that I have felt with readings in the past. It's very difficult to break from this. It could be because you do have to set a very clear boundary with this. Maybe you're going no contact or low contact with a family member. Could be. After the holiday season. Temperance. Patience. Whatever this is, Archangel Michael presiding over it is saying that there is an element of spirituality involved in this. That it is spiritually and divinely guided. So don't worry about it. Maybe it's something that you've been wanting to express. A note, a letter, something that you've been wanting to write. Maybe you've been wanting to... Maybe you've been wanting to tell someone off. It feels like you're very delicately trying to figure out how to do that. The Queen of Swords. I almost get like you're ready to... Oh, man. Let's see the Seven of Wands. It's almost like you're getting ready to make that cut. But then the Seven of Wands, the Two of Swords. Yeah, you're going to have to block whatever this is. This is absolute blocking energy. That's what lays ahead of you. So whatever this has been, it was a good idea at the time, is what I'm hearing. But I feel like you're breaking away from it as gently as you can. Now again, this may be a family situation. The poet, the muse. The poet and the muse are so intricately linked as well. It's like the poet sometimes needs his muse, and this could be something that you feel a bit of codependency to. Maybe it's something that you feel like you can't do without. Like, I can't nurture this unless I have my muse. I can't invest in this unless I have my muse. Whatever this is that has been with you for a period of time, and you're showing me back to childhood, it doesn't have to be. It can be 6 months, it can be 7 years. I feel like this has been someone or something. Again, these are simply energies. They can be anyone or anything. I have 2 queens here, which are nurturers of their suit. So nurturing intellect and wisdom with the Queen of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is about nurturing passion and drive. You may be saying, what if I go ahead and leave something behind? Am I going to still have this passion and this drive? Am I still going to have that knowledge and that intellect in order to move forward on whatever this is? Again, I'm feeling a sense of not wanting to break from this. It's very hard for me to see anything in the weather glass that is wanting to break away, or in my scrying crystal here. I'm just seeing a very dense cluster. It's like, yeah, okay, thick as thieves, I'm also hearing. Okay, what is the advice, please, ladies? What is the advice? What is the advice? The King of Wands, you've got to take active action. That's like stepping into your power in order for change to occur. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Okay. The Nine of Wands, you're going to have to put up boundaries, like, yeah. And this may be something that you need to take time to heal from. All right? We don't heal overnight. We really, really don't. And this feels like a very difficult separation. Whatever this is, there's a lot of fear here. There's history, there's past, there's joy. But for whatever reason, you're telling me that this was not conducive to a healthy environment. And you need to now block this out. The advice is even to, the King of Wands, take active action. See, the Queen nurtures, the King takes active action and is the master of his suit. All right, Leo, Sag, and Aries here. I am really getting some serious Aries energy in a lot of the readings lately. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio here in the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiterian energy. And then we have the Nine of Wands. It's about taking a beat, a pause, before you continue on. After you have set these boundaries. I really do feel like that's necessary first. After you break with this, take some time out for yourself. Let time pass. Let that wheel turn. Okay? The 10 of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck. This is in the subconscious energy. This very well could be a family situation. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay. You could be saying, I have to do without for a little while. Starving artist is what I'm hearing. In order to go after this dream. The Star. Okay. There's a fear here that's keeping you from realizing your full potential. And I feel like it's a lack mentality. It's a fear mindset. I feel like there's somebody who said, you can't do this without me. Financial backing, maybe something where you're trying to negotiate, okay, can I still keep maybe this is the muse. Maybe this is the person that was helping you to enjoy these creative endeavors, and you're saying, yeah, I do want to go after this dream, this star, this ultimate wish fulfillment, the 10 of Cups, but in between this is the 5 of Pentacles. I know I'm going to go through lean times. Accepting what it is that is the worst case scenario allows you to prepare for it, to accept it, and to go ahead and move forward despite that. There was a period of time where my own mother told me that I would have to take my daughter and live in a homeless shelter. Okay? I knew that taking the risk that I did to leave a dangerous situation came with a lot of consequences. Fortunately, that did not happen. But I was more than prepared to go ahead and take that risk. I was. Because I knew exactly what I was walking away from and exactly where I was headed. And it was much better than any place that I was previously. Okay. Chang'e, beauty. This is the dark goddess that has been pulled to help you on your path. Chang'e. All right. I'm sure that I'm mispronouncing that. My apologies. Chang'e is the Chinese goddess of the moon. All right. You may be very drawn to the moon. We have that new moon that's coming up. The last new moon in Capricorn that's going to be at the end of this month. Could be time for you to start making some affirmations or setting your intentions for a new beginning. All right. Of the moon. Chang'e drank an elixir of immortality and flew into the sky, choosing the moon as her new home. During the Mid-Autumn Festival, an open-air worship altar is set up under the moon for Chang'e. Worshippers leave out fresh fruits and treats, and in return, she blesses her followers and grants secret wishes. Again, this may be something that you're keeping secret for right now, and I feel like it is about relocating. I do feel like there has a big shift involved in this. Changing homes, yeah, new home, new address, new everything. You may be blocking someone out of your life entirely. Chang'e is usually depicted as a beautiful and graceful young woman wearing flowers, flowing robes, and holding a white rabbit. Rabbits symbolize fertility. That's kind of giving me like this is a change that you know. Change, yeah, Chang'e, change. It feels like this is a change that you know is going to be fortuitous, that is going to help with growth and expansion. It's just making the necessary cuts and blocking certain people or places or things that once brought you joy is going to be a bit of a difficult task. All right, Chang'e is calling you to see your own beauty. Practice self-love by speaking kindly about your body, face, and appearance. Wear clothing and style your hair in the way that makes you feel beautiful instead of focusing on what others might view as attractive. And I can also say that this is living up to other people's expectations. Maybe your family did not want you to pursue this passion, this hobby, whatever it is that you're wanting to pursue. Maybe it's a field of business that your family doesn't agree with. Maybe it's a person, all right? Whatever this star represents to you, you're saying, I know that I'm risking a lot in order to go after this. Could be financial security, but to you, it is worth it. Don't conform, in other words. Now is the perfect time to pamper yourself. Focus your time and energy on what makes you feel good, and you will be as radiant as the glowing moon. Now take time for yourself. Instead of, don't beat yourself up over this. Don't allow anyone else to dull your light, your flame, your passion for whatever this star is. Really, really stand by your decision. Once you make this decision, go all in. Really do. And know that you are doing so with courage. Look after your own well-being. Make time to make yourself a priority. I do want to get a couple of extra advice cards here. You guys will know if this is your story or not. This is something that is very hard to break with, and I can see why, because there are a lot of risks that are involved. Generosity, naivete, okay? Relationships and vulnerability. You may be having someone that you are in a relationship with. Again, family member, it very well could be, who is providing generosity right now. And you're saying, okay, well, if I don't do exactly as they say, if I don't follow the rules, then I know that I'm going to be admonished in some way. I'm going to have something taken from me, the Five of Pentacles. I'm not going to have their support. I'm not going to have financial support or stability for a little while until this dream is actualized, realized. But I feel like this is Spirit saying, yeah, you know the consequences of this. It means having to block off communication entirely. But your advice is to take active action to create this change. And it's a Jupiterian energy. The Wheel of Fortune is about luck, prosperity, growth, expansion. Okay? Make sure you're on the right side of the karmic wheel, on the top of the karmic wheel. Do right And I feel like that could be temperance here. It's like breaking easily with this. And that seems very hard for you to do from what I'm seeing. Okay. So what is it that we should focus on? Lantern. Okay, what else? Witch's hat. All right, embrace. Yeah, that is very similar to what we just got. Embrace your identity. Wear your power with pride and confidence. Don't let anyone tell you that you are not powerful, that you are not confident. Because the Queen of Wands, she walks to the beat of her own drum despite what anybody thinks. Lantern, shine your light. I mean, this is what I'm saying. The light in the Hermit's lantern is the star. Shine your light. Use it to illuminate your path and your purpose. I mean, you're headed right toward it. You know what it is that you want to do. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Wisdom elixir underneath the bottom of the deck. And I also feel like this has to do with the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. Seek knowledge. Learn from the experiences around you. I feel like you know the consequences of breaking with this. I feel like you know that this is going to be a difficult transition, but at the same time, I feel like you know that you're honoring yourself by doing this. And a lot of the decisions that we make in our lives, we have to follow what we know to be true for ourselves, whether or not we have all of the evidence to support it. Sometimes it's an internal knowing that this is just the right path for me. It was the same. It was the way. That's how it was for me and tarot, and it's why I continue to do it despite very few people watching my videos, and that's perfectly fine. I made peace with that a long time ago. I don't get dressed up anymore. I don't care to show my face. I deliver the message that needs to be heard, and whether or not people hear it, share it, or appreciate it, that's completely fine. I do this for my own mental health because I enjoy being here in the studio. The stars, Aquarian energy. We have Temperance, Sagittarian energy. We have the King of Wands is Leo, Sag, and Aries. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Remember, guys, don't let anyone dim your light. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do what it is that you want to do. Again, whenever I started doing tarot, someone asked me, well, aren't there plenty of tarot decks out there? Go to my shop, take a look. All of the styles that I used to buy tarot decks, and I was always in search of one that was unique, and that's what I started creating. Is the ones. That's why I started writing, is because I wrote the book I could not find to read. I started creating tarot decks because I started wanting to create the deck that I could not find. And I started doing tarot because I got tired of people telling me what they thought I wanted to hear. I wanted honesty. Someone who was truly tapped in with spirit guides, a connection to something greater than, whatever that might be, that spoke with honesty. Instead of everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to turn out fine in the end. Because life is not like that. We all have struggles along the way, even the most entitled of us. Even the people who feel like they've never seen a bad day in their life, you would look at them and say, I mean, let's take any celebrity. They've all had their bad days. They all had to start somewhere. Bryan Cranston had to start in TV commercials. Leonardo DiCaprio, an amazing, brilliant actor, never got an Oscar until late in his life, in his acting career. Christoph Waltz he's been acting in Germany ever since he was a kid on TV. You only know him from Inglourious Basterds. There are people that wait an entire lifetime or decades to go after what it is that they want. There's always a risk. There's always downtime. There are always times whenever we say, am I doing the right thing? We all have those moments of doubt, and life is never completely worry-free. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try. All right? That's what I want you to take away from today, if nothing else. All of the things that you've been dreaming of, it's about to take off. The things that we have been incubating thinking about, dreaming about, nurturing that creative ambition, it's almost time for us to take action, whatever that might be, on a global scale, on an individual scale, on a collective scale. We're all moving forward toward change, toward doing something with purpose, as a collective, as a whole. Be a part of that. All right, guys, that's where I'll leave it.